Hello, hello, and happy Tuesday. It is Tuesday training, you guys. And it is June 8th. It's my birthday. Whoop, whoop. So I'm celebrating with a cup of bone broth because that's what you do when you level up in age. But this week is very, very important because we've got a lot going on, and I thought that I would just kind of share what I'm working on in my business this week specifically, simply because we do have so much that is going on and so much that will be dropping and happening and things like that. So this week for me personally, I do have a couple Facebook parties happening this month. So I've got two different things of testers that I need to send out. One is for another Bring Back My Bar party. One is for just a regular online party where, again, I say party, and that's why I'm hesitating, because it's a party, but technically what I do with my hosts a lot of times, unless they really want like a online party, is I will do like an exclusive shopping link and also just create like a group page. And then that way I'm just sharing things in there, reminding people that there's an exclusive shopping link. So that way they can, when they're ready to purchase, order through their friend's link. And of course, what that does is accumulate host rewards. And the really great thing with doing it that way is you get the pressure of the party concept to be gone. A lot of people kind of cringe when they hear that party word, and they automatically assume and think, well, you only want me there just so I'll buy something, right? And while yes, it's great to have a good party when it comes to that, but at the same time, it's really all about building those connections and building relationships and just having some fun. So I like to share those exclusive shopping links and kind of turn them into somewhat of a party. The really great thing about that too is you can, of course, leave that exclusive link going for 90 days. So that's really, really nice to be able to have it out that long. Again, some people may just want to purchase occasionally, or maybe only have one or two friends, and that's fine. But it helps them to get those host rewards. So it's kind of, not kind of, it is a fun thing. I think it's a fun thing. So I've got that going on. Of course, we are in Bring Back My Bar season, and you guys know already that this Bring Back My Bar is my absolute favorite that we've had in quite some time. I will say that my personal Scentsy club has grown this month. Thanks so much, Scentsy and Bring Back My Bar. I mean, it's good because we get the fragrances we love back. So like, for instance, my Lucky in Love and my White Tea and Cactus, those amazing scents that I absolutely love. And I've got some really great customers who love those as well. They're able to also add them to a Scentsy club to continue to get their scents. So we've got that going, remember, all the way through the end of June. So your customers, if for whatever reason they can't get a wax refill or stock up on what they want to stock up on, that's okay. Have them go ahead and create that Scentsy club to at least lock in those scents, because they're not going to have the opportunity at another point, right? So even if they aren't ready to restock or refill their wax stash, then that's fine. But I would definitely have that conversation or make sure that you are sharing the opportunity of Scentsy Club, because the Always Get My Bar feature is truly like the biggest driver for people who are subscribing to Scentsy Club. So facts are facts. That's just the way it goes. So we've got that happening all month long. We also are starting to really gear up for July, and July holds a lot of fun stuff. So here's what is on the calendar for July. Of course, we do have Scentsy Family Reunion in virtual form, but still it's still Scentsy Family Reunion. And I still get just as excited as, I mean, well, I'd probably get more excited if I was in person, let's be honest. But I'm still just as excited to be able to have the experience. So if you are maybe close to some team members or have some friends who are also Scentsy consultants, why don't you see if you can meet up, maybe at somebody's house, even at your local favorite coffee place, right? Get on the Wi-Fi and watch it together. What fun just to have even a simple watch party together. It can make a huge difference. And it's also really great because there's going to be fantastic breakout and training sessions included in Family Reunion. As always, I mean, there always are amazing breakouts and trainings led by our fellow Scentsy consultants, but I will say maybe I'm a little biased, but I think that this year is really going to showcase not only how we've continued to evolve our businesses, but it sings to my heart because a lot of it has to do around social media and using these fun tools and apps and things like that. So be sure to, first of all, register. It is only $11. If you haven't registered yet, you can hop onto your workstation. There is a blurb on your dashboard right when you log in. So on that front page, there is a little blurb there. But you can also go to the event section on your workstation, sign up for the virtual portion there. You will have access. You don't have to watch it live. I recommend it simply because they're going to be sharing a lot of fun new products. They're going to be throwing surprises at us, information that we're going to want to know, right? All the things will be happening. So if you possibly can, make sure to join live. But if you can't, that's okay. Remember how, it works in the world of Scentsy. Not only will you have the opportunity to catch up on those live sessions, specifically the opening, closing session, keynotes, things like that, but you also will have access to all of the breakouts and the training content for up to 30 days. So that in itself is way more than the price of admission. So $11 is nothing compared to all the training we're going to get out of it. Thank you so much, Terry. Thank you. Yes, it is my birthday. Leveling up today. Yeah, it's been a really long day for me so far. I actually had to pick up my oldest at the airport and her flight was delayed almost 3 hours. So it was about 3 o'clock when we got home, 3 a.m. So I got just a pinch of sleep. I mean, who needs sleep anyway? So I just got a little pinch of sleep. So that, if I'm running slow, that's why. Also because I leveled up today. So there's that. All right. So we've got Scentsy Family Reunion happening in July. Also July. Okay. I've teased about it. We've talked about it. You guys know it's coming. August is the brand new catalog, y'all. Brand new catalog. So it's going to be the fall and winter. It will be coming out on August 1st. What does that mean for us in July in Scentsy world? Well, that means that starting July 1st, we will be able to check out the brand new catalog. Okay, it's going to be super, super exciting to see this. Not only that, but like I said, talking about Scentsy Family Reunion, of course, we're going to get to see things more in person on Scentsy Family Reunion. So they'll definitely make sure that we get that. But also, July is going to be the month where we can actually transition ourselves from our current catalog into the new one, right? So we're going to want to make sure that we are getting ready to purchase some of our essential business supplies. You guys know I really try my hardest to stick to a business budget when it comes to buying supplies and things like that. For many, many years, I did it the complete opposite way. So just like I tell my children, I've done all the wrong things, so you know what not to do. But there for many, many years in my business, I thought I had to have it all, right? I had to have it all right from the start. So I had to have, at least 2 to 3 packages of catalogs. I had to have at least 3 or 4 sets of transition testers. I had to have product lists, showcase brochures. new host and join flyers, like the whole shebang. I was living in an illusion, really, thinking that I was going to use all of this stuff because duh, I have a whole business to run, right? But let me tell you, you know as well as I do that there's 100 different ways to work this business. If you're somebody who never utilizes showcase brochures or catalogs, maybe you just use product lists because you do a lot of mailing, right? And hello, weight is measured by how much it weighs. So, or mail is measured by how much it weighs, right? So a lot of our mailing, if you're mailing catalogs to every single person, cha-ching, that is adding up each and every time. So if you're trying to be better with your postage, things like that, buy product lists. Oh my goodness, they're the greatest thing to ever hit Scentsy. They have absolutely everything on them. The only thing that I have to actually include when I'm, whether it's sending out for like a host for doing a party or sharing that exclusive shopping link, or if I'm doing, you know, some packs or something like that for a special type of a party, yes, everybody gets a product list. And then what I do is I actually just print off the pictures of the bundle and save from our current catalog. So whatever the current catalog is, I will take an image of that, save it as a PDF, and just print it from my home printer, drop that in with a product list. It's just one more piece of paper. It is not going to add any more. So if you are like me and trying to save money on postage, then stick to product lists, print out that bundle and save so they know where to go. Or hello, you can even, if you're sending like a little note or anything like that, add a QR code to that note that will send them directly to the bundle and save place on your website. Think smarter, not harder. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'd like to say that I was doing something exciting today, like skydiving or something like that, but alas, I am not, so. Okay. So transition is happening in July. So for me, during those transition months, when that happens, it's really a good, I take it kind of like, you guys, you know, if you try and do the adult thing, right? So for like daylight savings time and things like that, right? They always will say, take this opportunity to change out the batteries in your smoke detectors, that kind of a thing. For transition month, I kind of take that advice and give it a business bump, okay? And so what I do is I actually take that month that we are usually doing transition, so again, the month before a new catalog, and that is when I will go through my existing business supplies, okay? If you're anything like me, again, where you've bought too much or you just didn't use as much as you thought you were going to use, it is time to start getting that stuff out of your house. If you find yourself in the boat of, oh my gosh, it's transition, I still have like a whole pack of catalogs that never got used, right? This is the time, or this will be the time, to start sending this stuff out. Get it out. Pass it out. Wherever you're going, give everybody a catalog. Feel like the Oprah moment. You get a catalog. You get a catalog. You get a showcase brochure. Walk into the grocery store. Everyone will love you. Attach a couple samples to it. You now have best friends. So this is your time to do kind of like an office cleanup sweep, okay? That way, as we roll into our brand new catalog season, you're starting off less cluttered, hopefully more organized, with more of that fresh start mentality, and you're ready to dive into that brand new catalog and the brand new season. So just a little tip from me to you, because it's something that I have found that over time in my business has not only saved me a ton of time, but it also keeps me organized. And when I'm organized in my business, things flow smoother. Okay. So, I'm also the planner, right? You guys know this about me. I plan everything, but I'm the planner too, right? So not only when things are organized, but when things are planned out. So as you'll notice, I kind of have my business hat on, right? I not only am working on what I'm doing in June, in this month, I'm looking forward one more month, right? again, as business owners, we really need to be making sure that we are making smart decisions. And part of those smart decisions is making sure that our business is running smoothly all the time. So when you're thinking 1 month ahead, it doesn't mean that you're necessarily 100% focused on the month ahead, right? You still need to be present for the here and now. But that business mindset of thinking 1 month ahead is only going to help you to get those bookings scheduled for the upcoming month, right? To start planning ideas. If you're somebody who likes to do the surprise boxes or the whiff box, your own personal whiff or scent box or crate or whatever it is that you're calling yours, right? All of those things. Maybe it's your birthday month. Maybe you want to just have a fun thing to share with your customers, right? Again, it's the time to start planning for the up and coming month. This is my full-time job. So this is my full-time income towards our home and our family, right? I need to make sure that that income is coming in. So I have to be thinking ahead. I have to be ready to go for the next step, because otherwise all I'm going to be doing is playing catch up all the time. And that sends my anxiety literally through the roof. And I already have enough anxiety to go around, so we're not going to play that game. Not today, Satan. Not today. So, revamping Happy Mail. Yes! Who doesn't love that? Oh my gosh. I love doing Happy Mail. It's probably one of my favorite things to do. Okay, that's what's happening in July. So again, that's what I've got on my horizon. That's what I'm working towards. That's what I'm working on when I'm not actively working my business this month. So, sorry, I don't know if I've got like a hair like stuck to my face. It feels like there's something like, I don't know. Craziness. So as I'm working my business, like I said, still kind of working smarter, not harder. So making sure that I'm not trying to do everything all at the same time. Obviously, another thing that will be coming up next week or the end of next week, our Scent and Warmer of the Month subscriptions will start running. Remember, they run on the 15th or begin to run on the 15th of every single month. I don't know about you guys. Is it driving you nuts? Like the sun and the clouds are competing today. So every so often it's just like all of a sudden my office goes like super dark. It's really weird. It's freaking me out. Okay. It's like an episode of the Deathly Hallows or something happening. Sorry, I've been binging a lot of Harry Potter. Can you tell? Not a lot. Like I have like every single day. Anyway. For those of you who are curious, also, it is on HBO Max, so cheers. You can catch up on all your episodes, and if you've never watched them, then hello, this is the perfect time to start getting up with all your Potter knowledge. All right, so what else am I doing in my business this week? Okay, so Bring Back My Bar is going strong. I'm getting that stuff out for those party orders. I also have some more samples that I am getting ready to mail out. These are or not all of them. These are the rest of my appealing apple samples for the month, along with my monthly newsletter. Well, it's not mine, but I did print them out. Shared, of course, by the amazing Heather Gorsh from the Monthly Movement Facebook page. So if you guys are on there, you will see that she does those every month. And they're absolutely amazing. I absolutely love those. Is it Heather or is it Carol? I cannot remember right now. Sorry, I might be completely wrong. I've had very little sleep. Anyway, it is on the Monthly Movement page. And so I need to get the rest of those out. That's on my agenda to do. Another thing is, it is right about that time, usually on the 10th of the month is when I actually will start sending out my team mail, different from my group mail, but team mail will be going out. So I've kind of got some things I mean, not that I normally like show like all my desk, but I've got some things laid out here on my desk, and so I've got some surprises going out for my team mail. I love being able to do that as well with my happy mail. A lot of time for TV, yes. Yeah, no kidding. Kids are fun. Have kids, they said. It'll be amazing. They said one day they'll have you up at 3 a.m. picking them up at the airport. That's fun too. And yeah, well, I'm binging Harry Potter is usually also when I try not to multitask, but I do multitask, especially when it comes to that. So in the evenings, right? Like the whole world is asleep in my house. That's like my time to really focus on my specific things. So some nights I may just want to take a night off, relax, binge watch something absolutely silly, and just have a nice evening for myself. Most nights, I actually will, like I've been doing for like the past, week or whatever it's been, is staying up, turning on the Harry Potter, and then also working, from the couch, but it's still working from my iPad and getting things up and getting content done and things like that. Again, I like to plan ahead. I like to get those things done. So I've got also some follow-ups that I have to be doing this week. I've had some PWS orders that have come in. So that means new customers, new to me anyway, new customers coming in. So I've got those happening. I need to get out some fun Happy Mail thank yous to those individuals for their orders. Not only do I utilize Amy for my follow-ups, I will use that to send out texts or emails, things like that. Also, Amy also will give me the opportunity gives me the ability to remember to follow up with the customers who maybe haven't ordered in a while. So if you're not utilizing Amy, that's okay. You don't have to. It's not a necessity. I personally find that it is truly the most helpful thing in my business and actually forces me to make sure that I'm getting that follow-up done. But if you're not utilizing it, that's okay. Create your own. You can go to your workstation. Maybe it looks like a notebook. Maybe you're, you want to print out a spreadsheet or a grid paper, whatever, right? But at least start documenting who has ordered from you in the last 30 days, the last 60 days, the last 90 days. Only in Amy will I go beyond 90 days. And that's because Amy's reminding me, hey, it's been 1 year since Sally ordered from you. It would probably be good to reach out, or whatever the little message says, right? So that's when I go outside of that time zone or time frame for follow-ups. Or if I simply, and there have been many times, where I simply have just been behind in follow-ups. You guys, there is no time limit on follow-ups. Did you know that? There's no time limit. There's no expiration date on when or how. If it's been too long, you're like, nope, past the cutoff date. Can't do any of those follow-ups. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. First of all, this is your business. You make the rules, my friend. But also, in the same breath, again, there is no expiration date to saying thank you, right? So let's say it's been 6 months since Sally ordered that 6-pack of bars from you. Okay, so now's just as good a time as any to, especially if you're trying to use up the rest of those business supplies that maybe you've been sitting on, right? Product lists, catalogs, showcase brochures, whatever you might have, right? And then reach out. If you've got their address, send them a fun little happy mail or a thank you or thinking of you pack. I like to try and be as personalized with my customers as I can. So if I am friends with them on social media, I usually will try and see what it is that they've been doing. If I haven't seen them in my feed, hello, algorithm, right? That algorithm gets in the way a lot of times. So we may be missing a lot from those people. So if you do know them on social media, that's a great opportunity to just kind of catch up and see what's going on. So even if you're sending out just a handwritten note, hey, I know it's been a little while since we last talked, but just wanted to say hello, catch up, let you know I saw the pictures of you guys going on your family vacation. Looked amazing. So jealous. Hope you had a great time. I'll talk to you soon. We've got a new catalog coming out, so let me know if you'd like a copy when it arrives, right? Something like that would maybe be something that I would do when I was reaching out to those long lost customers, or it's been a while, I dropped the ball and I never really followed up. That's when I would throw in that kind of a conversation. Thank you, Roxy. So sweet. So there's no expiration date there. So if that's something that you haven't done in a while, put that on your to-do list. Whether that's for this week, whether that's for next week, right? But try and fit it in. I'm going to challenge you guys to really try and fit in those follow-ups this month. Again, as we get ready to transition and then get into a brand new catalog, a lot of our customers are going to be wanting to know what is going on in the world of Scentsy. Did y'all hear that we have a new licensing agreement with Warner Brothers? We do. So if we're excited, just think how excited that our customers could also potentially be. And we may not even realize it, right? So we want to start making those connections and follow-ups now, so that way it's not so awkward when that new catalog arrives. Do you catch my drift? Remember, brain is functioning on a business mindset. I'm always thinking 1 month ahead. So while I'm still working on this month, I'm also forward thinking. That keeps your business rotating and spinning and moving in the right direction, okay? That's also going to help you to consistently work your business, because if you are consistently always working in the present and planning for that next upcoming month, you're going to be ahead of the game, especially if you think ahead to maybe whether it's holidays or birthdays or things like that that are coming up, right? So what happens in July? Hello, 4th of July. What better way to send some confetti, right? It's good enough time as any to send some confetti for 4th of July here in the U.S. Again, as we get into the more, bigger holidays, of course, that's even more fun to plan for, but it's just something to kind of think of. And if I'm an Amazon gal, right? I get a lot of my stuff on Amazon, and I do a lot of window shopping on Amazon as well. So I like to find fun things here and there. But even if you maybe don't want to spend a whole lot of money, you don't have to, okay? You can make the same kind of things or write the same kind of a thank you note on just a regular note or note card, right? It doesn't have to be the cute one, or it doesn't have to be this type of sample or gift or whatever it is that you're throwing into your bags for Happy Mail, okay? So just really remember that you don't have to break the bank. It is not necessary. It's really not needed, because at the end of the day, just a good thank you from the heart is what is going to really go miles for you. Oh, Trina, yes. So honestly, I will tell you the best way for me to kind of keep track with everything is honestly just to plan it. And so if you're not a planner person, maybe give it a shot. Pull out a couple pieces of notebook paper, or get a notebook next time you run to the store, right? And just start jotting things down. One of the ways that I like to do that is with that weekly task list, right? So what are the different things that I really want to get accomplished this week? And I will always do my top 3 for the week first, right? My top 3 big, huge, gigantic things that I want to get done this week. Obviously, my first one was getting out the stuff for my parties that are going on. My second one, finishing up this Happy Mail that needs to go out, right? These samples have got to get out of my house. They're not making me any money, and they're not making me any new friends by sitting here on my desk. They need to get out of my house. And my third thing there is then to work on my follow-ups. Those are my big, huge things that must get done, right, for the week. So that's what I prioritize. And then on my other weekly task list, then I will put out things that I would like to do if I have time, right? We all want more time in the day, but honestly, we have the time if we make the time. So Again, make time for those top 3 things. Find the top 3 things that you need to get accomplished in your business this week. Need to get accomplished, right? Not a want, not a, oh, I love doing happy mail, let me send out some. No, not if you've got 3 things that you need to get done. Prioritize those top 3 and get them done first. Once you're done with those, then move on to the things that you'd like to do. Maybe that's the happy mail. Maybe that's making samples. Maybe that's doing something else completely fun that I don't know about, right? Maybe it's doing something like that. Maybe it's also having some social media. Maybe that's also, oh, let me touch base with my team members this week, right? So it's a good time now, even though you may not have it scheduled, to reach out to your team members, whether you're posting, if you've got a team page, post in there. If you've got a chat that you guys do, if you just text back and forth, call each other, however it is that it works, reach out and say, hey, I'm thinking, remember, we're business mindset. We're going to think ahead a little, but we don't have to think all the way to next month. So again, I'm thinking next week, I'd like to take 30 minutes to chat. Again, that can be a group message. That can be hopping on Facebook. And if you've got a team page, right, on Facebook, you can do Facebook rooms. It's very easy, right? You just click on the button that said rooms, and you can just kind of have a like a Zoom, but it's not Zoom, okay? And it's all going through Facebook. So if they're on Facebook, that's a great way to do it. Otherwise, then it's, hey, let's just hop on a phone call for 30 minutes and just touch base. So whatever that looks like, you can really incorporate that and again, plan ahead for it. So you're not feeling like you're always running to catch the bus sort of a feeling. That personally gives me a lot of anxiety, which is why I am all about planning and setting things up. And don't be afraid to, all in the same breath as I say all this, don't be afraid that if you need to take a breath, right? And you're like, I'm feeling completely overwhelmed. Take a breath. If you need to reschedule something, reschedule it, okay? Don't push it out for too long, of course, because then you're going to lose your momentum and, you don't want to get too far out with things, right? Especially if it's one of those top 3 items that you're working on for the week. But if you have to, then you reschedule it. There is no shame. There is no harm in rescheduling something that you'd previously set up. There's been times when I've had to do it as well. But there's also times when you're like, I'd rather just get it done and move forward. And then you can move forward and get it off your list. I love being able to cross things off the list. Anybody else feel me there? All right, so that is what is going on in my business currently and where my mindset is headed as I look forward into July. And so those are the things that, again, I kind of have on I use Trello, and I use that to kind of plan things out, like long-term plan things out. So I already have things on my Trello board that I want to do for July. I already have things on my Trello board for August. I'm one of those people where I'll be in the kitchen cooking dinner, and where that light bulb moment hits and you're just like, I wanted to try that in my business, or I wanted to make sure I got that done. I will make myself a note on my phone, and then next time when I'm sitting down at the computer, I will then pull up my Trello and stick it in there because I forget these things, right? So those are like my big projects that are on the horizon, but it's just another way to just capture that kind of stuff, write it down, jot it down, and that way you feel more in control of what you're doing, if that makes any sense. Like I said, I suffer from anxiety like you would not believe. So any ways that I can cut anxiety out of my day, out of my business, out of the stress that I feel, I will do it. And planning is one of those, and really just brainstorming. I have a couple, I do digital planning, so I have my iPad, but in various notebooks that I still have on my bookshelf have been notes from previous years. And even in my digital planner, there's like a whole little section, and I just call it my brain dump. And that's when, again, I might be just sitting on the couch watching Harry Potter, but really maybe just kind of working or doing some things or answering messages. And if something pops into my head, I will just pull up that brain dump page, write it down. And so again, it's something that I can go back to when I'm ready to kind of brainstorm in the business and go, all right, what's something that maybe I want to work on next week? Or what are going to be my top three things next week? Or next month, what do I want to focus on? And I will always pull up that brain dump list and kind of look at that, see if there's anything I can pull from. So jotting those ideas down, planning it out, not being too proud to say, you know what, I need to reschedule what I've already got planned. Too much is happening. And you guys, at the end of the day, nobody needs to know why, okay? There's this funny little word. It only has 2 letters, and it's the word no. And did you know that no is actually a complete sentence? It's a complete sentence. You do not always have to feel like you have to explain to everybody why you need to do the things you need to do. If you need to do something for you, do it for you. No explanation is needed. So if you need to take a breath and reschedule something, or you need to take a day or take, a next couple days, whatever, and just organize yourself, then do it. Then do it. That's okay, right? So it's okay to have those breaks. It's okay to do all those things, because if you don't, then you're just going to start feeling that overwhelming dread. You're going to get that failure feeling or that imposter syndrome where you feel like you're just spinning your wheels and nothing's getting done. That is your clue to say, hold up. I need to take a minute and I need to organize my life. And that's sometimes what needs to happen. So there is no shame in that. Trina, it is okay. It is okay. Trust me. Like I said, I know I have been there. A lot of people have felt like you do as well. And you know what? You don't have to necessarily always be doing all those live videos. Again, if it's something that is not going to bring value, then chuck it off the list, right? So maybe if you're finding yourself doing too much, you're spreading yourself too thin, pull back a little bit. Or, if you've got a couple of things you want to talk about, push them into, one live altogether instead of doing a handful of different ones. There's also some days too, because I do try and work smarter, not harder, where when I really do have time to maybe batch content, so maybe that means I've got some extra hours today, not that I do today, but that I've got some extra hours where I can sit down, and I might sit down and go through like 3 different 10-minute videos, right? Just to be able to have. So when I am needing to pull back or take a break or focus on my personal business and organize myself that day, I can have content that I can still push out that I'm not having to do that day. Does that make sense? So getting some things done that you can save and hold back in your little bucket there, and then pull them out as needed. Pull them out as needed. Trello, don't stress yourself with Trello. Honestly, it is just, it's just a website. Well, it's on I guess it's an app too, but anyway, Trello is Trello, and all it is basically just like a big way to plan things. Okay. It's like big, cork boards, of ideas. Best way I can really explain it. Again, that's just kind of where I feel the most comfortable, because I am a very structured person. I need structure to calm my anxiety. I need structure in my life. And one of those ways, again, is not only planning, but Trello helps me to look at things, again, more of that broad view, right? So I can, again, have a place where I can put that brain dump of ideas and oh, this is a really great idea that I want to get to someday. I also have a whole board that is called my big fat projects. And those are just big fat projects that at some point I want to do, right? They're not in my top 3 things. They're not in those things that it's like, ooh, got to get that done this month, right? No, it's those things that I'd like to get done. It's those things that I'd like to work on. Maybe I want to redo my emails that I send out when someone joins my team. That goes on that list, right? So it's just another place to have lists. That's really all it is. Yes, like a vision board. Yes. So that's another great way to look at it too. But yeah, again, that's just a me thing. You can do the same thing in a notebook. It does not have to be all of that. I'm very OCD when it comes to that. I have to have structure. I just do. All right, guys. So just know you are not alone in your business. We all have the same struggles. We all go through it all. Remember that you only have a certain amount of time in each and every day. Again, if you're somebody who doesn't normally plan, maybe give it a try. Try to commit to 2 weeks, right? They say that a habit is formed in 21 days. If you do something for 21 days, it forms a habit, right? So I always say, if you're going to start something new, really commit to it for 2 weeks. And then at the end of that 2 weeks is when you can kind of step back and go, did that work? Did it not work? Did I fall off? Did I not do it at all? Right? That's okay. You only need to hold yourself accountable to yourself. No one else. No one else. No one else. No one else. Does not matter. It's not, thank you. It's not just a me thing. Good. I'm telling you, I gotta have structure. Otherwise, I'm all over the place. So yeah, just know that you can only do what you can do. You are human. You are allowed. And remember, no is a full sentence. So putting it out there. I'm giving you guys permission to do the things. But I just wanted to share with you kind of how my brain works when it comes to working my business. So call it a day in the life. Call it a moment in Jacqui's mind, which is very, very scary. But that's honestly just the things that I do every single week to kind of stay on top of everything, to keep things going, and to try and make it to where I'm not forgetting the things that I want to put intention behind. So obviously the 3 main parts of your business need to be your personal business. So where are your sales coming from? So Trina, specifically, having a larger team, as your team grows, it can be very, very easy to lose sight of your own personal business. Don't let that happen to you. So you have to put your own personal business first and foremost. You also have to be talking about and having those sponsoring conversations, right? Helping those team members, and then plugging them into the resources that we have, okay? You don't have to create the wheel on every single thing. Use the resources that either worked for you or that you find helpful. I will tell you, from a lot of different leaders across Scentsy, there's times where I'm like, oh, I wish I knew more about this, or I wish I was better at this, that I've reached out to fellow consultants that I know and trust and get a lot of value from. And I will say, hey, do you have something that I can use? Or I've even asked people to go live in my group for me, right? Sometimes that makes a difference too. So don't hesitate to reach out to your Scentsy networking family, right? And really have those conversations, because trust me, there's a lot of consultants out there willing to help out. And you don't have to be the only one driving the bus all the time, okay? Yeah, the marketplace today. Yes. Let us know how that goes. That's going to be exciting. I can't wait to hear about that. All right. Well, there was your scary insight into the mind of Jacqui and how I am working my business. So sorry if I scared you. But that's how it's going this week. So as always, you guys can catch me back here next Tuesday. I do have some more fun coming up, and I'm going to try and get a lot of this this stuff that's sitting on my desk done and out the door, because that's important to me. So I love you all. And